Good evening, everyone. My name is Darius Pemberton, and I am your host of the show that you love the most, Fellaz. Tonight, we're going to be live with Tom Callan here at the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 45 Center. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm so excited to be here, and I want to begin by, first of all, allowing you to share with my people what we're standing in front of.
This is our boards of all of our officers. There's myself at the top as the commander. We have our senior vice commander and junior vice commander. These are the top three positions in the chapter. And we have our treasurer, our adjutant, who's my right-hand man, does all the paperwork, he gets everything done, keeps me in line. Of course, our chaplain, our past commander, and this is our executive board. These are members at large. All these officers are elected to these positions except the adjutant and the past commander. And the time when I would step down, then I would go to the past commander and whoever the next commander would be. Executive board are members at large who are elected every year. We all serve for a term of 1 year, starting June the 1st, and it goes through the year. Next to us here is our service officers. We have 5 service officers. We are certified by the DAV to do VA claims. This is to help veterans get their benefits, veterans and their families to get benefits through the Veterans Administration. So that is our main focus in here, is to get veterans. Some of the things we do here, we transport veterans to the VA hospitals in Fayetteville and Durham. Everything we do is free of charge. Everybody that is here are all veterans. Nobody gets paid. We are all volunteers. We have all been there. We've all served in the military and have some illnesses because of that. So we're here to help other veterans get the benefits that they are duly authorized to receive from the Veterans Administration.
Great, Tom. Let's go ahead and take a tour of the center.
Sounds great.
So, Tom, share with us at the entrance of the Disabled American Veterans, what do we have here?
Okay, when the veteran comes in, we ask them first to sign our logbook, and this is where they'll put their name, the city they're from, their phone number or contact information, what branch of the service, how long they were in the service, and this is where they sign in for service work. So they would list whatever service officer has been helping them in the past, or if they haven't been serviced by a service officer already, then we leave it blank and the next available service officer helps them. And also here behind me, this is Norman Moore. Norman is our transportation coordinator. What Norman does is schedules our veterans to ride to the VA hospitals in Fayetteville and Durham, as we already said. We go once a week to Fayetteville, once a week to Durham. We have a transportation van that we transport them in. The chapter has to pay a portion of the cost of that van. So we have a lot of fundraisers because of that, because we have to raise the money to do that. On the wall behind us over here are the pictures of our drivers. We have 6 drivers, so they alternate, and it gives them a little break in between, because when they leave here, if they're going to Fayetteville, we leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we stay as long as it takes for them to take care of their appointments. Also, if they're going to Durham, we leave at 5:30 in the morning. They have to be here, and the van takes them. Doesn't cost them a cent. They just have to have an appointment. Also in the lobby here, we have this box here, which is for retired flags. As a flag becomes damaged, weather beaten, what have you, we ask people to bring it in, and then we get with the Boy Scouts or some other organization to honorably take care of the flag.
That's great.
In respect.
So Tom, we've moved on. Can you share with us where we are now?
Absolutely. This is our break room. Every Wednesday morning, we provide breakfast for veterans that come in and their families for a small donation. Everything is cooked up fresh. And we do it every Wednesday morning from 8 to 10. And these are some of the fellows here that have eaten this morning. And so this is basically where we take our breaks at. We eat lunch here and what have you.
And can you let us know who your veterans are?
Sure. We have Tom Brown, who's one of our veterans. John Jackson, over in the corner. He's our cook. This is his brother, Jackson. And this is Mr. Quinn. He's our World War II veteran. He is in here every Wednesday morning for breakfast. He comes and joins us every Wednesday morning, and then he's at all of our events that we have during Veterans Day parades and where we do fundraisers. Mr. Queen is always there. Mr. Queen is 93 years old. I remember that. Great guy. He's very active. We're glad he's still with us.
Amen.
And Mr. Quinn, along with Tom, are getting ready to sing a quartet song just for. Are you ready? I don't think so.
Probably not today.
Not today, right?
We need some practice, right?
Great. So we're going to just go ahead and move on to our next spot. Tom, walk us through.
Okay, sure.
So Tom, we've moved on to our next room, and I believe this is where, as you just shared, John Jackson, right?
John Jackson.
This is where he does his magic. Where are we now?
We're in the kitchen, and basically we use this on Wednesday mornings for all the cooking. John Jackson and Sharon Brown, who is our auxiliary commander, does all the cooking for everybody that comes in. They start at 8 o'clock. They're here about 6 o'clock preparing everything. So just as a focal point, all these cabinets, all the work that was done, this building was donated to us a number of years ago. All the cabinets were all built by veteran volunteers. So all the work that's been done in this building has been done by our volunteers. With a few exceptions that we had to have contractors take care of. Electrician, plumbing, and that type of thing. HVAC and what have you. So we do own the building. We do let other veteran organizations have their meetings here. There are 4 other organizations that meet here. But anyway, this is where all the cooking is done.
Basically self-explanatory.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. There's not a whole lot to say
This
about
is the
it.
cooking spot.
This is the cooking
All right,
spot.
well, let's move right along. Okay, Tom, so we've moved to our next location, which is...
This is our meeting room.
Okay.
This is where we hold all of our meetings. We hold a meeting here once a month, the second Thursday of every month. We meet here at 7 o'clock. Behind us is the charters for the Disabled American Veterans, our chapter, our auxiliary chapter here. These are different awards that we have won behind us, and of course our president and vice president.
Great. Okay, Tom, so we're still in the meeting room. What do we have here?
This is our memorial wall. This is all of our fellow comrades who have passed, and at every meeting we honor those by doing a fallen soldiers ceremony within our meetings. That is what you see here. This is a picture that one of our members took of the youngest Marine who was killed in Vietnam, Dan Bullock. He was actually 16 years old when he was killed. So we honor him here. He is from Goldsboro. This is at one of the local cemeteries here. And these are all different people, comrades who have passed.
Great. Okay, Tom, so we've moved over a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about these plaques?
Absolutely. What we have here are plaques that are donations to the chapter. Sometime in the past when we were trying to raise money to buy a new van, all the people that contributed to that are listed on there. A number of years ago we were trying to raise money to buy a building. We had this one donated to us. These are all the people who have donated money to that fund. We don't put the amounts up there because we don't want to embarrass anybody.
Right.
So anybody that donated anything, their name is up here. This is the $100 club. These are people that have donated $100 and above. This is a past contribution thing. We get no money from any government agency. All of our money comes through fundraisers and donations. And that is how we operate here.
Right. So when you say your money comes through fundraisers and donations, if someone wanted to give, if someone wanted to help the disabled American veterans, how do they go about doing that?
Basically, send us a check or come in, whatever donation they make. We're most appreciative of that. They can mail a check to DAV Chapter 45, and our address is 212 East Mulberry Street in Goldsboro, North Carolina. The zip code is 27530. Our office is open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock. And they can come in and make a donation.
So just put on the check, donation.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, what we do, anybody that makes a donation, even if it's $1, we send a thank you letter.
Okay.
That's one of the things that I do. We'll always send a thank you letter. Thank you for your donation, and they can also use that for writing off their taxes at the end of the year.
Great. And every dollar counts, right?
Every dollar counts.
Every dollar counts.
We get, as I said, we get no money from anybody. To operate this building costs us about $30,000 a year. So that's a lot of fundraising.
And all of that comes in through donations.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, you've heard that, and we're going to just pause for a little bit, take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
From the beginning of time, people experienced church hurt from the pulpit to the door. But the Lord said, laughter is medicine. I'm Shay Pemberton, and we're going to take your church hurt, turn them into skits, to bring you laughter for deliverance and healing so that you can be set free. You can watch our skits every Friday night at 9:30 or 10 in the Balance or Goodfellas at facebook.com/SAVEDNews. What's the name of our skits, you ask? Shay, what? Look, as you watch the skits and you can identify with them, this is what I need you to do. I need you to hashtag Shay What.
Don't be stuck on the side of the road. Call Easy Choice Towing at 919-396-8857. Call the people that you can trust. If you've been in an accident, don't wait for someone to call a random towing company, but call Easy Choice Towing. You can trust them. 919-396-8857.
Welcome back, everyone. Back with the show you love the most, Goodfellas. We're here now after such an awesome tour in Tom Callan's office. Now, Tom, I got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Number one, what is your Social Security? No, I'm just messing with you. No. How did you become the commander, and how did you become disabled?
Well, we'll back up. I became disabled. I had some things happen to me. I'm a Vietnam War veteran. And so some things happened to me in Vietnam where I got injured Had to be air evac out and spent some months in the hospital, what have you, and then back and forth to Vietnam again and Thailand and what have you. I won't go into details about what happened to me, but just need to say that I did get injured in the military, service to the country, and I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I have been, my civilian job, I was a senior design engineer where I designed industrial baking equipment. So I traveled the world with that job. Then when I retired from that job, I was already disabled from the military, and then some other things happened because of Vietnam. And I came up here and talked to one of the service officers and filed for some more claims, and got what I needed to get. And the fellow that was my service officer said, you know, hey, would you be interested in doing service work? You seem like you could do a pretty good job. And I said, yeah. 12 years ago, that's when I became a service officer. And I've been doing it ever since. I love the job. I love helping veterans. I've been on the other side of the desk, so I've been through everything that they have to go through.
Right.
About 6 years ago, the membership elected me to be the commander of the chapter, and I enjoy doing that too. We do whatever we can to help the veteran and their families. And that's a big thing with us, is helping veterans.
Okay, Tom, I don't want to get too technical, but what is some of the things that you see with the disabled veterans coming in here that they are deprived of by the system that you have to help them?
Okay.
You know.
There are a lot of veterans that are not aware of what their benefits are. Through the VA. We help them explain that to them. A lot of them really don't want to file a claim and say, oh, you know, they just want to suck it up, basically, which is what we were told in the military. Suck it up, don't worry about it, keep trucking, march forward. So we have to explain to them how the VA system works, what their benefits are, and what have you. We get a lot of people in here, we don't advertise. Well, it is our national DAV does advertise on TV. You'll see a lot of advertisements coming up here with Veterans Day. And so we get some people in from that. A lot of it is word of mouth. And of course, we're in a military community here with Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. So a lot of people have heard of the military people on base, have heard about us, what we do. The DAV does more claims than any other organization in the country. So our job is to let veterans know what their benefits are, how to help them file a claim. We look through their medical records to see what they might be eligible for. We, as service officers, I am a service officer as well as a commander here, we have to go to school every year. We go to school for every year in Raleigh where we're certified to do claims. And we're bonded because of that. We learn how to do claims, what the VA requires for claims, and the VA is constantly changing forms on us, and we have to be up on everything that's going on, new laws that are coming through, and what have you. So we do a lot of research and things like that.
So I have family members who are veterans, and I've heard some stories of, you know, not so good stories. And like I said, I'm not trying to get too technical, but I guess the question would be, what things or what thing do you dislike that the average veteran has to go through whenever they get out of that war zone and get back over here? And I don't want you to put yourself out there, but you know, what are some of the things that you've seen that you say, okay, now I wish as veterans, whether disabled or not, we didn't have to go through this?
It sometimes takes a lot to get into the VA system. Basically, the veterans don't know how to go about that, okay? And that's our job, is to teach them how to do that. Believe me, there is no better care than the VA. Years ago, that wasn't the case. The VA is top-notch. They're the best in the country. They're up on everything. If they're not able to handle a certain type of illness, they do send you out to specialists who takes care of that. But mostly, the VA is an awesome thing as far as the health care.
Right.
Now, in this area of the country, in other areas of the country it might be different, but my experience is right here in eastern North Carolina. So, believe me, I get the best care that you could ever imagine here at the VA. So I really can't say anything bad about it.
So Tom, I know you remember a little while back when the VA hospitals had real long lines and people were complaining about bad service and all of that stuff. And I know that some laws have changed, and now it's easier and better for them. And like I was sharing with you earlier, I have family members who don't even want to go after what they deserve or to file a claim, as you said, because they fear that it's still the same. Can you share with us the change?
Sure, I can. Sure, be glad to. Talk about claims first. At one time, a number of years ago, it took anywhere from 18 months to 2 years to get a decision on a claim. Now, the way we do the claims, we supply all the information, all the medical evidence and what have you required to do that claim. And it is not unusual for those claims. I have had claims come back within 3 weeks.
Wow.
So, rule of thumb, I usually tell the veterans 4 to 9 months, a claim will be finished, absolutely finished, where it used to take 2 years. And really, that's a long time. 9 months is a long time, yeah. And it's typically it's a whole lot less.
It's not longer than 2 years.
Oh no, absolutely not. I have had claims come back as little as 2 to 3 weeks, and maybe as long as maybe 6 months. Now, as long as we file all the proper paperwork, and that's where a trained VSO or service officer helps with a claim. If you try to do it yourself, it's probably not going to happen. It may take you 2 years, but by going through a certified service officer like we have here at our chapter, we have 5 certified service officers. Those claims don't take that long because we know what it takes to get the claims done.
So basically, you're saying if there's any disabled veterans that are watching now, they could just come to you?
Absolutely. And that's what we do. We walk them through the process. Here's what we need.
No charge.
No charge. Everything's free. There's nobody charge anything here. We're all volunteers. Nobody gets paid. All the claim work, everything we do is free to the veterans. And if a veteran passes, it may be that his widow or children are eligible for other benefits, and we help with that too.
Right.
So not only the veteran, but also their families. Okay. And we have contacts for the State Veterans Cemetery. We can tell them how to go about getting plots over there and that type of thing.
Right.
So as far as health care, there used to be long wait times to get into the healthcare system. Some of the things the VA has done over the last few years, they have expanded their health care where we now have community-based outpatient clinics. There's one right here in Goldsboro that opened, I want to say 3 years ago maybe. And there they handle primary care and mental health. And anything that goes, especially you need a specialist to take care of you. then you would probably go to Fayetteville or one of these areas, or Durham. So, you know, the VA has also just started February 19th of this year. They have set up with local physicians' offices where if a veteran is sick for certain things, obviously, if it's a life-threatening condition, you go to a hospital emergency room. But for certain things, you got a cold, instead of waiting to go see a VA doctor and to wait to get in there, you can go to these places, local places, and they're set up different places depending on where you get your health care at the VA. And here in Goldsboro, there's one up on Spence Avenue. The fast care. So you can get seen right now, today. Okay.
So Tom, quickly, is there anything that we have not covered that you would like to quickly share to let the disabled veterans know that they should be aware of? I think you've shared everything. You hit every little nook and cranny with the things that are available. And we definitely really appreciate the fact that you've allowed us to come in here, take a tour of your facility, and to take your time out and talk to us and share all of this stuff, because I'm sure that some people are going to be truly helped by the different things that you've shared with us. I do want to make sure that next time we come that you will be able to do a solo, you and the guys.
Sure, we'll do.
So I want you to work on the song.
Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll do the Four Tops or something.
So quickly, let everybody know how to get in contact with you, how to call, how to, the address.
Absolutely.
And everything.
We, as we said earlier in the program, we are located at 212 East Mulberry Street in Goldsboro, North Carolina. We're 2 blocks off of Center Street. We're in a prime location here. Our office hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., but we do leave promptly at 2. Our phone number is 919-736-3015, and we're here to help you.
Well, you have it. Well, thank you so much, Tom, for everything. And also, thank you to all of the veterans, disabled or not, who spent their time to cover us, protect this country. We thank you. From all of our viewers, we thank you. Again, tune in next week for the next episode of Goodfellas. Bless you.